Welcome to the Wisdom Path. If you're someone who wants to grow as a human being, connect deeper with others, and live a more meaningful life, then you're in the right place. Today's video is all about something we all secretly want: respect. Not fear, not attention, but real, earned respect. The kind that makes people trust you, follow you, and admire who you are. In this video series, we'll go through 12 powerful habits that can help you build that kind of respect, one action at a time. So stay with me. Subscribe now. So this might just change the way people see you and how you see yourself. Habit 1. Keep your word always. Think about someone you really admire. Now ask yourself, why do you respect them? Chances are, they keep their promises. When they say, "I'll be there," they show up. When they say, "You can count on me," they mean it. Let me tell you a quick story. I once had a friend named David. He wasn't the loudest or the most charming, but if he said he would help you move at 7 a.m. on a Saturday, guess what? He'd be there at 6:45 with coffee and a smile. Over time, people started trusting David with bigger things because he had proven himself with the small things. Keeping your word is not about perfection. It's about effort, even when no one is watching. It builds a quiet power around you, and people notice. Habit 2. Arrive early, not just on time. Imagine you have a meeting at 9 a.m. If you walk in exactly at 9, you're on time. But if you show up at 8:55, you're sending a message. I respect your time, and I'm prepared. Arriving early is a simple habit, but it changes how people feel around you. They feel valued, and in return, they value you. Think of it like this. If you plant seeds early in spring, you're more likely to enjoy a rich harvest in summer. Showing up early is the same. It's planting seeds of trust. Habit 3. Own your mistakes. We all mess up. We say the wrong thing. We forget something important. We drop the ball. But here's the real test. Do you make excuses or do you take responsibility? People respect honesty, not perfection. Say the words, "I was wrong," or "that one's on me." It doesn't make you weak. It makes you human and brave. One of my favorite quotes comes from Denzel Washington. Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. Taking ownership is never easy, but it helps you grow faster than blaming others ever will. Habit 4. Listen first, speak second. Have you ever talked to someone and felt like they were just waiting for their turn to speak? It feels disappointing, right? Now flip the story. Have you ever talked to someone who made you feel truly heard? Like your words mattered? That's what real listeners do. They focus on what's being said, not on what they'll say next. Listening is like giving someone a gift. It costs you nothing, but it can mean everything. Next time you're in a conversation, try this. Pause for 3 seconds after the other person finishes talking. Then reply. It shows you were actually thinking, not just reacting. Respect grows in those quiet moments. Habit 5. Avoid gossip. Here's a golden rule. If they talk about others to you, they'll talk about you to others. Gossip is a cheap way to bond. It creates fast friendships, but also fast distrust. When you speak badly about someone who's not in the room, you send a signal. I might do this to you too. So instead, stay neutral. Or better yet, be the person who changes the subject. If someone says, "Did you hear what John did?" you can say, "I'd rather not talk behind his back. Let's talk to him directly if it's serious." At first, people might find that awkward, but in the long run, they'll respect your integrity. Habit 6. Speak clearly. Say what you mean. We often dance around the truth because we don't want to hurt feelings. But being vague can actually cause more confusion and stress. If someone asks you a question, don't say maybe if you mean no. Don't say, I'll try if you know you can't. Use simple words. Be direct. It doesn't mean being rude. It means being honest and respectful of everyone's time. Think of communication like giving someone a map. If the map is blurry, they'll get lost. If the map is clear, they'll reach their destination faster. And thank you for it. These first 6 habits may seem small, but they're like bricks. Brick by brick, you build your reputation, your respect, your personal power. So let's do a quick recap. Keep your word. Be early. Own your mistakes. Listen more. Avoid gossip. Speak clearly. In next part, we'll explore the next 6 habits, including how to inspire others and grow your leadership without a title. Make sure to subscribe to The Wisdom Path so you don't miss what's next. And remember, respect isn't something you demand. It's something you grow, habit by habit. Habit 7. Bring solutions, not just problems. We all know that one person at work or in a group who always points out what's wrong. This isn't working. Someone needs to fix this. The system is broken. But they stop there. They offer no help, no ideas, just problems. Now imagine another kind of person. They say, this isn't working, but here's what we could try instead. That person stands out. That person earns trust. Respect comes to those who think like builders, not just critics. I once worked with a colleague named Maya. She was in an entry-level role, yet people from other departments came to her for advice. Why? Because every time a problem showed up, she brought a possible solution, sometimes 2 or 3. Even when her ideas weren't perfect, people appreciated her mindset. Here's a simple rule. For every complaint you make, try to share one idea that could improve things. Even if the idea isn't used, your attitude will be remembered. As Brian Tracy once said, leaders think and talk about the solutions. Followers think and talk about the problems. Habit 8. Make room for others to shine. This one's powerful and rare. It's easy to want credit. You worked hard. You stayed late. You solved the problem. But what separates average from great is the ability to share the spotlight. Let's say you're working on a team project. You present the final result and someone praises you. Instead of saying, thanks, I did my best, try saying, thanks, but this wouldn't have been possible without Anna's design and Mark's research. That one sentence shows humility, and it makes people want to work with you again. Respect isn't just earned by what you do, it's multiplied by how you treat others. Think of a candle. If one candle lights another, it doesn't lose its own flame. In fact, the room gets brighter. Helping others shine doesn't dim your light, it amplifies it. Here's a little story. There was a high school teacher named Mr. Collins. He always gave credit to his students when they won competitions. He never took the spotlight. Years later, many of those students became successful, and they often mentioned how much Mr. Collins had impacted them. When asked why he never took credit, he simply said, I didn't need a trophy. Their success was the trophy. Powerful, right? Try this habit. Next time someone praises your work, thank them and lift someone else up with you. That's real leadership. Habit 9. Go the extra mile, consistently. Doing just what's required is fine, but doing a little bit more, that's what gets noticed. You don't have to run marathons every day, but even small extra steps, done regularly, build a strong reputation. Let me give you a comparison. Imagine you order a sandwich at 2 different cafes. At the first cafe, they make the sandwich exactly how you asked. At the second one, they add a napkin, a smile, and a handwritten note that says, thanks, hope your day's great. Which cafe are you more likely to return to? It's the little extras that stick in our memory. Going the extra mile means sending a thank you email after a meeting, finishing something a day early instead of just on time, helping a teammate even when it's not your job. And here's the real secret. People who go the extra mile are often the ones who get extra opportunities. Think of it like compound interest. A little more effort, repeated often, grows into something powerful over time. A friend of mine, James, once told me, "I never try to be the best in the room. I just try to be the most reliable." And guess what? That habit took him from intern to department head in just 3 years. If you want long-term respect, don't look for shortcuts. Look for ways to give just a little more than expected, and do it often. Let's pause here and reflect. So far, you've learned 9 habits. Each one is simple, but when you live them, they change everything. Let's review the 3 we covered today. Don't just bring problems, bring solutions. Share credit. Help others shine. Do a little more than expected, every time. In the next part, we'll explore the final 3 habits. These are about growth, feedback, and emotional control, things that truly separate the respected from the forgotten. If this video helped you, subscribe now to The Wisdom Path and leave a comment. What habit are you already practicing? Which one do you want to start today? Because remember, respect isn't about titles. It's about how you show up every single day. Habit 10. Ask for honest feedback. This one can be uncomfortable, but it's incredibly powerful. Most people avoid feedback because they're afraid of what they might hear. But if you're brave enough to ask, listen, and grow, you gain something far more valuable than comfort: self-awareness. Let's say you just gave a presentation. Instead of saying, "Did you like it?" try this: "What's one thing I could improve for next time?" That question shows confidence. It shows you care about growing, not just impressing others. Here's a little story. A woman named Eliza worked in marketing. She was smart and creative, but her first few campaigns didn't do well. Instead of blaming others, she asked her boss and team for direct, honest feedback. Some of it was hard to hear, but she listened, made changes, and within a year, she became one of the top performers in her company. Feedback is like a mirror. You can avoid it, or you can use it to fix your posture, clean your face, and walk out stronger. So make it a habit. Ask for input, say thank you, and use it to grow. Habit 11. Stay curious, not judgmental. We live in a world full of opinions, labels, and quick judgments. But the people who earn deep respect are the ones who ask questions instead of making assumptions. Curiosity is a sign of strength. Judgment is often a sign of fear. Here's an example. Imagine you're working with someone who seems cold or distant. Instead of thinking, "They're rude," what if you thought, "I wonder what they're going through? Maybe they're caring for a sick parent. Maybe they're dealing with anxiety. Maybe they just had a tough morning." Curiosity opens doors. Judgment closes them. Tony Robbins once said, "Trade your expectations for appreciation, and your whole world changes." That starts with being curious. Try asking more questions in your conversations. Why do you think that? What made you feel that way? Can you tell me more? When people feel seen and heard, they respect you more. Because most people don't want to be fixed. They just want to be understood. So drop the need to always be right. Instead, stay curious. You'll learn more, connect better, and earn more trust. Habit 12. Keep your cool under pressure. Life gets stressful. Deadlines come fast. People disappoint us. Things go wrong. But how you respond in those moments says more about you than any job title or degree ever could. Staying calm under pressure is a superpower. It doesn't mean you don't feel stress. It means you don't let stress control you. Let me tell you about Thomas. Thomas was a team leader in a warehouse. One day, the system crashed during the busiest shipping week of the year. People panicked. Phones were ringing. Orders were delayed. But Thomas didn't yell. He didn't blame. He took a deep breath, gathered the team, and calmly said, "Let's focus on one order at a time. We'll get through this." And guess what? They did. Afterwards, someone asked how he stayed so calm. He said, "I used to lose my cool, but then I realized it never helped." Panic creates more chaos. Calm creates clarity. Here's a simple tip. When you feel pressure rising, pause and breathe deeply for just 10 seconds. It slows your heart, clears your mind, and gives you space to respond, not react. People respect those who can stay steady in the storm. Let's take a moment to look at all 12 habits that can earn you more respect. Keep your word. Be early, not just on time. Own your mistakes. Listen first, speak second. Avoid gossip. Speak clearly and directly. Bring solutions, not just problems. Share the credit and help others shine. Go the extra mile, every time. Ask for honest feedback. Stay curious, not judgmental. Keep your cool under pressure. Each habit is like a seed. If you water them with daily actions, you'll grow into someone others admire, trust, and want to follow. Respect isn't built overnight. It's built in the small moments, in how you treat the waiter, how you speak to your team, how you respond when things go wrong. So here's your challenge. Pick just one habit to start practicing this week. Write it down, focus on it, and watch how people begin to respond to you differently. Before you go, remember to subscribe to The Wisdom Path. We're building a community of people who want to grow with wisdom, compassion, and real-world action. If this video helped you, give it a like and share it with someone you respect. And in the comments, let me know, which habit are you starting with today? Because the path to wisdom and to respect is walked one step at a time. Thank you for being here. See you in the next video on The Wisdom Path.